Comparison is one of the weirdest and the most absurd thing humans do, Like, and we don't compare ourselves to someone with of the same skill as us or who's beginning or starting a new skill like us. We compare ourselves with someone who's in chapter 20 of their life and we're just in chapter 1 of what we are starting to do. And it's very wrong because comparison slowly kills the ability to appreciate yourself. It slowly kills your confidence. It makes you feel like maybe you're not worthy enough, maybe you're not good enough to take part in this, or maybe it isn't meant for you. And I don't blame people because our brains have developed and grown so familiar with comparing ourselves because nowadays we can't even experience life without comparing ourselves with someone who is in the same set of what we are doing, right? And we don't compare ourselves with someone who's starting. We compare ourselves with someone who has achieved their result, and maybe it has taken them around 10-15 years, but we don't see that because they don't show their journey. We just see what the result is and we compare ourselves that am I good enough, am I doing it right, or maybe this isn't for me. And that's very absurd because now, for example, if a person who's starting to go to gym, or who's starting to feel confident about himself, he looks at these influencers who have been doing it for around a decade, and he compares himself because he feels like if I don't achieve this in 6 months or a year, I'm not doing it right. But that's wrong because he doesn't see the failures, or he hasn't experienced the life that the influencer has gone through, because that influencer doesn't show that. He showed us the result and we feel like, okay, this is what I'm going to get if I try for 6 months, and if I don't, then I will just give up. That's a very wrong thought to have, in my opinion. And the beauty standards set by so-called perfect models or perfect influencers of Instagram, everyone knows that those are makeup covered, filtered faces with a good lighting or good makeup, tons of makeup, but we compare ourselves because that's what perfect looks for us. And if they're just behind a screen, they're not in front of you. They are the ones who are setting beauty standards because they know that people feel insecure about themselves. People feel that I'm not good enough. They know that, and they set these beauty standards because they want to attract more followers, more people to like them. And if that person is in front of you, if you remove those makeup or those filters and if you make them stand in front of you, then there's no comparison because that person looks exactly like us, but in just good conditions. He looks better, they look better. And people feel insecure because they aren't able to match those perfect qualities. If an entrepreneur sees another entrepreneur who has been working for 15-20 years, and he sees how rich and successful he is, he just looks at the money. He does not look at how many times he has failed or how many times he has struggled in his life. And this beginner feels like, oh, it's so easy. And when he tries, he fails and struggles. And he feels like maybe I'm not too good, maybe I'm not good enough. But he has not seen how many times the successful one has struggled, right? And it's so heartbreaking to see that people don't realize that they're unique. Everyone is unique in their own way. Everyone is beautiful. Everyone is, talented. But the fact that all want to follow trends, all want to achieve success in a trendy way, that maybe this is a trend, maybe I should do this, that is wrong. You should follow your own path. For 6 months I was thinking that should I do this, should I upload videos, but after 6 months I realized everyone has to start. Time passes, and it's better that it passes while we are doing something. So you should not compare yourself with someone who has been doing it for several years. I'm not saying that I don't compare myself to, of course I compare myself, but I realize that comparison is supposed to be with someone on your own level. Comparison, competition, and inspiration is everything different. You can compete with someone your skill level, you can compete, but you can't compare yourself with someone who is 20 years or on a chapter 20 of your own skill, right? You can be inspired by them, you can be inspired by their journey, but you can't compare yourself with them. So the only thing is follow your path, do what you like, and take your time to do it. There's no need to rush things. Yeah.